All right, welcome back to Neon Abode, where we play all things survival. We are back here with Aska, and it's been several days since I last saw you guys. We had just got through getting our food protection going. I spent a little bit of extra time managing that, getting some food production, getting the cook going, getting the fishermen going. We also added an extra plot here. This plot is actually going to be all flax, so we're not growing any food at the farm yet, but that will be coming, especially once we start needing tier 3 foods. So for now, it's just going to be focused on flax, but we did get our first harvest in. It is amazing. We've got so much flax. It's just we're overloaded. We've got a hunter going out there and getting meat, and we've got some meat in there. We've got our chef. Is it Chef Hannah? I think, yeah, Chef Hannah. She's cooking us some food. We're doing a combination of meat and fish. Fish gives me dexterity, so I shoot a little bit better from the bow. And then again over there, we've got our fisher hut. We actually managed to, and I could just show you here. We managed to get a. I need to assign some. I need to assign some homes. We managed to get somebody that had 3 stars in fishing as a pull in between, the last time you saw us and now. So, yeah, we've got a lot going on. So, the other thing that I have done is I added a warehouse somewhere. Oh, I'm like running around it somewhere. So I added a warehouse. For now, this is all fish and meat storage, raw food, and then cooked food, right? And I'll expand it as I need it for other things, but I wanted this to be just the food area, right? So this will be food. And then I also added another warehouse on the other side, and forgive me if I don't recall if, yeah, never mind, I did. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't remember if I upgraded the workshop with you guys, but I think we did last time. But in either case, the upgrade on the workshop is done. And then I've got another warehouse here, and this is where I'm going to start. Like, we're already filling up on logs and sticks and so on and so forth. So I'm going to put one thing for the large stones, and the rest is going to be for wood. So I'm going to put probably half of this for long sticks and then half of this for logs, so that we can start having an extra abundance for that. And we'll probably put something for firewood as well, because look at all these stumps that we've got to cut down. And the focus of this episode is going to be building out our cottages. So I've got everybody living in shelters right now. I need to, let's see if there's anybody in dire need of sleep. Yeah, our fisherman. Let's go ahead and get up. Hit the wrong button there. So we'll go ahead and add him to a house, and then we've got to get Olaf a house too as well. So the goal is to get 2 of these cottages up at least, and one cottage will accommodate all of our current villagers, and then a second will allow us to expand an additional 12. That's right, you heard me right, 12 villagers. Now they come with a default 2 beds in here, which will accommodate 2 villagers, but you can kind of rearrange it and set it up so that you can have up to 12 people sleeping in the same cottage. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna build out these 2 cottages. I may or may not build a chieftain's hut, but besides that, I also want to put a healer's hut, and most likely I'm going to put that kind of right here in front. So our other cottage will go here right next to it, and then a healer's hut here. So that is the goal. Once we have that, once we have this first one built, we can get rid of all of these shelters that you'll see in the center, and this will be more of kind of a center square. And then we'll put probably other things here. I don't know if we'll put the barracks there, or archery or something like that, but we'll put other things there. And then, so once we get that one done, we'll move everybody over. And then the other one, once we get the other one in, then we'll start calling in more people. I've got stones. I've got, let's see, I've got enough to call in at least one more. There might even be something over there. I did a lot of harvesting. I think when we left last, we had, what, 5 or 6 people. Now we've got 11. Yeah. So let me just dump these in here so they don't take my space. I definitely want to get somebody to help me defend the village. And depending on how much time all of this takes, we also need to get a weaver up at our workshop and a leather worker so that we can start clothing our villagers and preparing for the winter. I firmly believe that between the flax production and our food production, we will be good there. The last part is just making sure that we have clothing to prevent our people from freezing to death, and plenty of firewood. So let's get to it. So we need some long sticks. I'm probably going to just go cut down trees locally. And do I have any flax on me? I do not. That's okay. I have a bunch of resources I need to cut off. Oh, and one more thing. You might have noticed me carrying it as I made a sled. So a sled will allow us to carry, like, right now I can only carry 1 large item, but a sled allows us to carry 6. Basically doubles your other inventory, your medium-sized inventory, and gives you some more small slots as well. Alright, let's hope we have bark over here. If not, easy enough to find. We had one. Got to be a lot just laying around. Our kids are not here, so if you heard them last time in the background screaming, that's because they were home for daycare. And kindergarten, or not kindergarten, first grade, so they're young. They like to run around and scream. All right, here we go. And I'm going to show you guys how we're going to make these 12 beds. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, welcome to Home Sweet Home. So it's pretty cool. Gonna look on the outside, quick tour of the place. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to just dismantle these. I'll just try to grab everything I can. It takes up too much space. And then what we're going to do is we are going to... So we need to pick the build menu from in the hut. So open up the cottage, and here we have a number of different things that we can build. So I'm going to build a thatch bed. And I'm going to rotate it. And I will put... I could start at the door, actually. We'll put it right up against the edge there. And drop all the stuff in there. And then I hit L to do the last thing I did. Rotate that one. Uh-oh. Let me close the door. You know what? Let me do this. This guy's like passing out. So I'm gonna be nice. And I'm gonna assign him a bed for being a champ. He's like sitting there like, man, I don't have a bed. So let's do this. Let's assign him to the house. There you go. You, Olaf, thank you for all your hard work. You're gonna be the first resident of, we're gonna call this the Founder's Cottage. So this will be the cottage for the first 12 people that that basically helped us out here, helped us build the village. All right, I might need to close this to get this done. There we go. Should have enough to get these two. Alright. Alright, so now I can go call another person and have a space for them. And then I also need to make the... Let me do that while we build out these beds. And I'm getting lost. There we go. Let's see. Winter, Resistance, Wind Rider. Another Hunter, Green Thumb. Probably more. I like people with skills over resistances, and I definitely like people with resistances over, like, what is it? When they don't have resistance, like sensitivities, right? All right. All right. That's gonna take 6 minutes. And then, so on the beds, all we have to do is, again, just hit L, swap it around. We'll start from this end. Swap one down. Same thing. Alright. Oops, I did that one a little too close. I mean, not a little too close, a little too far. You do have to run them right up against each other. I know it is not aesthetically pleasing, but there is no penalty for crowding people into a house. It does leave you in a situation where you don't have room to put other stuff. So, for example, if you wanted to add some storage or some shelving or something like that, let me show you guys this. So, as I mentioned before, like I can throw a armor rack, I can throw firewood storage, and I'm going to actually in there. A food shelf, food storage, basically things that are going to be close for them to be able to get access to. Shelves, angled walls, just decorations, right? Maybe later in the game when we have the ability to just at scale build these cottages out, we will look into doing that, but for now it makes more sense just to, you know, pack them in here like sardines. All right, so we'll do that. Yeah, so each one of these takes 4 sticks and 8 thatch. So that thatch is going to take a while to get, because I don't even think we've got one over here. Actually, it does look like we have one. We've got 8. I could probably make the next. Well, I could probably make... Yeah, I could probably make the next bed and get enough stones to call the next person. Alright. Alright, so we have done a little bit off camera. We went ahead and got the second cottage up. I haven't rearranged the furniture yet, but it is finished. So that will take another 12 people. I've got, let's see here, I've got 6 out of 6 filled in this one. I've got a few more I've got to do. I don't think I have any thatch on me. I've got a couple sticks though. I could drop those in. So firewood either. Okay. Yeah, so I moved some people over. This is now the Founders College, Founders Cottage. So my first 12 villagers will be members of that cottage, and I still have, so you can see now I've got all of these vacant shelters, and then I've got my 13th person's probably sleeping here somewhere. Matilda, yeah, she came in. She is now I believe a second woodcutter for us. And I've got a villager just about to pop in here in a second. Here we go. I'm going to pronounce that as Dake. All right. Hopefully I don't mispronounce it. Looks like he's a stone cutter. Let's take a look at him. He's a stone cutter. He's got some farming too. Oh, he's got really good stone cutting. So I'm gonna put him on stone cutting. He can also do farming, but yeah, stone cutting is a little bit better. And I'm not sure who is on stone cutting now. We can take a look. It's a Jensen. Yeah, he's got good stone cutting too, but that's okay. I'm kind of doubling up right now on the different roles so that we have, which one is it? This one. I would like to double up. Well, you know what? Let me check the farm actually. Yeah, I would like to double up for nighttime people, or sorry, get some nighttime people. Or the double up, so one's working during the day and one's working during the night. But I just keep having a problem getting nighttime people in. They're not even coming up as an option. I think I might have had one early on, but they didn't have any other skills. I probably should have took that person. But they didn't have the skills. The other thing is, I wanted to see if we can upgrade this. We need 8 stones. Okay, so I've got this smoker horn. In my last playthrough, I don't think I got it till like the 3rd year. I didn't pay attention to it, but it did come in handy. Our hunters actually grabbed one already for us, so I want to build it, but I can't do that until I upgrade this. The other thing that I did is I went around, I got some Jotun stones, and I did some mapping, and guess what I found? A mine, well, it's an unexplored cave, but that will become a mine. There's also these old ruins. I don't recall seeing those before. There were no skeletons at them. But I was able to get a couple of Jotun blood from them. I found a large cemetery. This one I had already found. Somehow I found this. I saw this, but I didn't see this. But it's a pretty clear path from our village to us. So for our village to there. We're just not ready to go there yet. But we will be we will be working towards that once we get the living situation here settled. So I think might even be a good time to expand the warehouse. What I'm going to do is I wanted to add logs anyways. So we'll do log storage. Is that the right one? I think I selected the wrong. Yeah, there we go. Log storage. There we go. That looks better. So let's rotate that. Let's see if long stick will fit next to this. Yes, it will. If I can squeeze 2 of those in here. Just want to make sure I have a good ability to store those. And I'll leave that for now. I don't think there's really anything else being... Maybe sticks. Always be needing sticks. But I think there is a stick-specific one. And it's not just small materials. Seed storage, broken metal part. There's got to be a stick in here. Leather scraps, arrows. I will want to expand this and make a one for tools and weapons. All right, sticks. Oh, build that. And then what else do we need? I'm gonna say I kind of want firewood. Just because we don't really need it now, but we're going to get a lot of it because we need to clear a lot of this stuff out. And I want to make sure that we start stocking it up for winter. It's better to have too much of it. And then this is going to be for our large stones. Weird angle is not letting me drop it down. Okay. So I can only fit one of these. That's fine. That should be more than enough. And let me see, is there anything that takes logs? The next thing we need to do is, and I'm going to double check this. We've got to finish the beds. We're you know, I've been the one going out there to get the thatch, so it's just taking me time to go back and forth to get it. Alright, so we just finished our first 2 weeks, and we're actually about to hit autumn. So I think after we get this done, this Eye of Odin upgraded, that will give me the ability to make my horn. And we also will need to make sure that we start making clothes, because it is going to start getting cold in autumn, especially in the evenings. Late evenings, early mornings. And most people will be inside warmed by the fire at that time. But if we do get night workers right, they're going to need clothes to keep themselves. And I'm going to need clothes to keep me warm. Alright. We haven't experienced the wolves yet. Let me... I'm going to take this back with me just because I don't want the crabbits, I call them, the smokers, digging through it. Alright, where are the wolves at? Yeah, upgrading the Eye of Odin is going to do 2 things for me. Oh, there he goes. Bad shot. Come on. Nice. Not nice. Alright, where's the other one? They usually come in pairs. Yeah, from the north there. I say usually, but everything's been a little bit different with this patch. Come on, Wolfie. Yeah, good job. See, the hunter's gonna cut them up. We're gonna get our first big chunks of meat. I killed a wolf, a couple of wolves now when I was out in the wild. But I didn't have anything with me to carry the meat back, and I didn't want to lug it around. I was pretty far out. One thing that you do need to keep in mind with the warehouse is that you do have to assign somebody. I think I have to have 2 builders, so I'll make my next person a warehouse person. I know what they're complaining about. They need a harvesting marker. Yeah, I mean, it didn't go away. Alright, I'll just be vigilant. Okay. Yeah, it says the pack. Usually there's 2. So if you followed the second episode, if you saw that, it was all about food production. And this episode is really about expanding our people, doubling up on our resource production. So in here we've got raw food, some eggs, some meat. And then over here we've got cooked food stores. So we've got 15, so 3 stacks of 5. Like that's extra food. So I'm gonna take actually some here and eat it because I need a bit. And then we've also got fish rack with what is that? 15 fish in there. Meat rack, and then another fish rack for when it's ready. And then, yeah, we've got plenty of meat in there and some fish. So he's seems to only be making meat. Let me do this. I don't want him to. I don't want him to do the fish because it helps me more. Because it gives me bonus to dexterity, and the villagers doesn't really matter, right? They're gonna just eat what they eat. All right, I was grabbing thatch. Let me go drop that off. All right, and the other thing I want to build for this episode is our, I've decided is going to be our healer's hut. The Weaver and healer's hut are on the agenda. So let's go drop the Weaver first, so we can start using this overabundance of flax. Drop these. I'm going to make my horn as well while I'm over there. If I need to replace anything, probably should bring my knife and get a new pick. Let's see if I can make my horn. Yep, there we go. Put that on. I'll put that there. And then let's make a weaver. If there's anything. Alright, we'll let the builders take care of that. I'm gonna go double check where we're at with the beds. We've got a new villager in 2 minutes. I think we just need... So we need 16, 24, 26 thatch. We're good on sticks. So I don't know if I told you guys. I think I did at the beginning of this episode. I did die again, and my stats got like... it looks like I haven't leveled at all. I had some in the 15, 16, so I did lose my points. It kind of set me back a little bit. So I've died twice so far. Alright. 8 more thatch. Let me go call the next person. And in the morning, I'll reassign people. All right, everybody, pray for Night Person. Oh, disappointing. And I wish I could like cancel and then come back in and it's somebody else. It's not. Iron Stomach, Daylight Devotion. Could use another Forger. I think that's the only one that doesn't have a second person right now. So 2 builders, 3 builders, 1 cooking hut, 1 farm, fisherman, gatherer. Yeah, I want to get another gatherer. That's fine. I'll just have to go get some more. Get some more stones. But before that, reeds. Where's your buddies, huh? Where's your buddies? They cry, dude. You feel so bad. I feel so bad when they cry. But they're such pests. I think it even says pest. Yeah, smoker, right under the name. Pest. They're like, I call them crabbits because they're like kangaroo rabbits. But they kind of look more like a rat rabbit. Where's the other one? Where's your buddy? You better run, foe. You stand right there. That's fine. Boop. I could not hit anything with Ragnar. They would be like right in front of me and I would miss. My arrow's back. That's right. Village Defender. You know, for thousands of years, humans slept like this, right? Like all huddled up in the same longhouse or the same cave or the, you know, same set of bushes, whatever. And, you know, it's only been recent that, where are we going? That we all started sleeping in different rooms and we try to kick our kids out and put them in a separate room at birth, you know, like when they're first born or after like 6 months, I think. But I find that fact interesting. All right. So I think once we get all the beds or most of the beds done in this, I'll start breaking these down because there's going to be a lot of resources. We're gonna get some long sticks, some rope, and stuff from those. All right, so let's start our healing hut. I do want it here. Oh, we need a builder's hut too. Sorry, builder's hut. Should be. Oh, you know what? It's probably one of the. Nope. 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 Guys are probably like, it's right there. There we go. Don't know why it's in the magic. I guess healing is magic. Let's kind of assign it right here. Actually, before we do that. Yeah, it does give some desirability, so I just wanted to make sure it didn't take away. Alright. I wonder if I should make berries. No, you know what I want to make? I want to make garlic. Be the third plot for the farm. So I will need 8 rope and some sticks. Carpenter is done. I need to go over that side anyways. It feels, you know, it kind of feels long, like, oh man, I gotta go all the way to the other side of the village. But as we grow, it feels like they're really close. 58. All right. And then I need some rope. And then let's give you another task. We're going to start having you make some clothes. All the stuff that takes linen. So let's say... do I have another person I can assign here? Hold on. Let's see. Yes. We have 3 builders, so we will assign you here. And we'll have you guys start making... hoods. I don't know if this one is. Similar. Oh, I just do that one. So that's the cape, the hood, the shoes. Can't do that. Gloves, pants. Alright, we don't need to do the other hood. When I get the leather worker up, we can do this other stuff. I think. Yeah, let's take care of leather. Alright, anything else over here? Thatch brush. It's a paintbrush. Oh, interesting. Is that new? I think it is. I think it is. Alright, and then one of the things that we can do, let me go back, just so we make sure that we're getting, like, stuff we need done, I'm going to take, like, one person off of this other stuff. And they're going to focus on the clothes. That way, you know, clothes aren't like an afterthought way down the list. And I'll do the other with the clothes. So one person's going to be doing the tools. One person's going to be doing the clothes. Switched them, right? Yeah. Alright, I'll come back here later, and then we should see the clothes pop up over here. On these little outfit racks. It should be a set of each. And then later we can put some in the storage. This is the loom. They're already making the linen thread, and we've got so much fiber, we should be good to be able to do that. I was going to actually make myself some arrows. And use some of those. Alright, that looks good. Yeah, let's do the horn real fast. Alarm! So warriors, what does it say? Warriors are retreating and avoiding combat. I thought it was supposed to summon the warriors to you. Let's see. Smoke used to summon warriors into battle. But it said warriors. It probably meant to say villagers. It's probably a typo. Who knows? Anything I need to move? Move this stuff over to the farm. That to the workshop. I think I just took everybody out of production for 45 seconds, which is like... equates to an hour. Probably not the best idea. But I like to test stuff. See how it works. Alright, I was bringing seeds over here, and I was going to make, what did I say? Blueberry or garlic? I think garlic, because in the winter, people get sore throats. Still, did I? Oh, shoot, I used all the sticks. In the winter, people get sore throats, so it's good to kind of have it to heal. And also, I'll need some for that next fight. So let's build us another crop field. Let's do it. This right here is going to be warehouse, I'm pretty sure. So let's put it on this side. Load up the room. Then when you set these farms down, like 16's the max, and you want to get as many as you can. So I can't really go, like, can't really do 3 by 5, because that would only give me 15, and I'd be missing out. So you can only do like 2 by 8, 1 by, I don't even know if I can do 1 by 16, maybe. Yeah, I guess it goes out quite a while, which I don't know why you would do that. But I think 4 by 4 is just keeping it compact and easy. Alright, let me get some more sticks. Yeah, I gotta build it first. Alright. Oh, there's plenty of reeds came back. What did I need? 6 sticks? How's our warehouse looking? Alright, good. Got some firewood, some sticks in there. Those are the logs I dropped off, so if I start I haven't assigned anybody there. So I don't know if the other warehouse worker's doing that, but somebody put some stuff in there. Yeah, I've got 3 builders. I can make one of the... Oh, this... shoot. Folk was supposed to be a gatherer. Oh, no, he's a soldier. Can make Olaf a gatherer. How many do I have at the farm? I'd rather actually make him at the farm. Now that we have 3 plots. They're all going to sleep. I do need to set their schedules too. I forgot to do that. Construction. Only got 1. Is there a better farmer? Arvar, but he's also hunting. He's a good skinner, that's why I put him there. He's also, yeah. It's alright. Get you there. I need some help. Let me grab a stack of these. Why did I pick up this mess? I just picked up a lot. Alright, I'm gonna go drop it off at the workshop. Alright, did they finish the healing hut? Oh no. I thought I marked it. Let's get that marked. We need, what, 1 more stone? We have plenty to make clothes now. Yeah, 5 sticks. We've got 24 here. More rope. It's always handy just always have rope on myself. Use it for markers, use it for weapons and tools. Some more sticks out here. Alright, so after I build this and finish this, I think that's going to be... We're going to go ahead and call it an episode. We set out to what we wanted to do, which was get our 2 living quarters up. We still have some building to do. We still have some building to do in terms of getting the beds done. But I mean, they're up and running. And we've got our healer's hut just about done, and we have a weaver, and weaver should already be making clothes. We'll go check all of these things just to make sure everything looks good. All right, there we go. Our house of healing. So, I think in between now and the next time you see me, probably going to work on getting all these stumps out the way so we can continue to expand. I want to make a chieftain's hut. That might be part of the next episode, but I want to essentially just, you know, clear this land out for more stuff. We need to get some more people in. We have space for 24 now, so I need to go out and get some Jotun blood for 8 more people. And then let's just kind of take a look at, you know, what's open to us. So we can do a market, but we don't have a... Oh, we'll want to do a builder's hut for sure. That's going to be critical in the winter for keeping the fires lit. And we'll want to build some fires at the various workstations, so people are working in a warm environment. I think we've got everything upgraded to level 2 for the basic gathering. Fisherman's hut, I think, takes nails. Hunter takes nails, so we have to wait till we get metal for those. Farm we've got. We can get... we'll probably want to start getting... think about getting a coal maker and switch to coal. If we can... Actually, that might be a good idea. To do that before winter. Because that... so if we get a builder's... Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a builder's hut. We're going to get a coal maker. We'll get both of those things... so that before winter we're going to be working off of coal. And I think a chieftain's house. And then what is it going to take to get a barracks? We can do a barracks now too. Barracks and archery range. Alright. So those are going to be our options. I'll think about it a little bit more between now and then. For now, it's just kind of because the situation might change in the next couple of days of what we need to do and what we need to focus on. But we've got 16 villagers. We're going to expand 8 more, and I need to make sure that I have, you know, enough room. Because just if I do a barracks and an archery, that's 3 and 3. That's 6 people already. So we'll just have to kind of figure out what we can do, what our next move is, and then we also have to keep up. We have to feed them. I just realized I didn't assign the crops on this one. So let me do that, and I'm gonna... We're in autumn right now. We're gonna do garlic. Then in winter, we're going to do, so clear previous plants. We'll do beetroot. Because that's really the only thing besides flax that we can do in winter. And then we'll go back and we'll do garlic the rest of the year. Alright. I think you can also, yeah, I'm going to call this flax 1. Oh, did I, oh, I guess I renamed the entire farm. There we go. Flax 1. We'll call this one Flax 2. And then we'll call this one Garlic. Just so I know what's on each one, because sometimes I misclick stuff. Now we can just at a glance. We'll just call this, instead of Flax 1, we'll call this Flax and Garlic Farm. I can't type that much. Alright, there we go. I don't even know how much seed we have. If we have enough for garlic, we've got 6. But it will expand over time. Alright, so we're going to call it an episode. We'll see you guys next time.